Because as some of you are aware, I took on a demon years ago. All right. I did what the best I could do at the time, but there was a demon trying to form in my room with a room full of skeptics sitting on my bed watching the whole thing go down. I had this friend of mine, he said he knew 3 words to invoke a demon. And I'm like, at the time I was a big time skeptic, just like you are. And I'm, oh yeah, sure, yeah, right, dude. You know 3 words to invoke a demon. Yeah, right. I was a big time skeptic. And he's like, yeah, man, I really do know 3 words to invoke a demon. And I'm like, okay, you come to my house, I'll have the whole room full of skeptics. We'll shut the doors, we'll shut the windows, and you can say your 3 words, and then we'll see what happens. He's like, okay. So he showed up at my house. I had a whole room full of skeptics sitting on the bed, waiting to see what was going to happen. Had the door locked, windows were locked. There was nothing going on, nothing, nothing untoward was going on. I put Super Czar on the turntable, which is a Black Sabbath album. I took Motley Crue's album sleeve out of the album cover and the sleeve, because the sleeve had a pentagram on it. Put the pentagram on the ground, put a candle at each tip. I did the shit upright, right? You know, and so he says these 3 words. Well, as soon as he said these 3 words, this wind starts whipping through the room, man, in a circular motion. Starts moving all the curtains, starts blowing the candles. You know, chaos, man. Chaos starts to ensue, all right? Starts circling around the room. Starts getting really cold in the room, even to the point of seeing my breath. And like I said, there's a whole bunch of skeptics sitting on the bed right there with us, okay? So it's not like it was just me and him. The room was packed, all right? And so that wind starts whipping. And then in the corner of my room, next to the door, you can see these 2 little red lights, these 2 beady little red eyes glowing in the semi-darkness. And you see this fog, this cloud, this dark cloud-like thing, like a thundercloud starting to form. And it's starting to take on a humanoid shape. And I'm sitting this with my jaw hitting the floor. My buddy's jaw is hitting the floor. All the skeptics' jaws is hitting the floor. And I think one even peed on himself, if I remember correctly. And so this thing starts growling, and you could smell the sulfur, you could smell the brimstone, you could smell the evil in the fucking room. It was so thick you could cut it with a fucking knife. All right. And like I said, the room was packed full of skeptics. Okay, this isn't like this isn't something that I'm just blowing smoke up your ass. This shit was real. And so you got this thing starting to form, and I'm like, oh fuck, what do I do? Now at the time, I still had Christian influence, and I hadn't really started digging into because I was a young kid, right? I hadn't really started digging into paganism and all the other religions of the world. So Christianity was still my main focus. So I'm like, okay, according to Christianity, I need to say the Lord's Prayer, and I need to shove this some bitch through the pentagram and into outer darkness. That's what I need to fucking do. That's what came to my mind. All right. So I grab a Bible, and I'm frantically looking for the Lord's Prayer, right? Couldn't find the damn thing. I could not find it to save my fucking life. And the way this thing was starting to shape up, it looked like my life might actually be the end result. So somehow I dropped the Bible. Okay, I dropped it. It fucking hit the ground, and when it hit the ground, poof! It opened up right to the Lord's Prayer. No bullshit. I grabbed the Bible and I start reading the Lord's Prayer frantically. All right, I probably didn't even say it right totally, but I got the gist of it down. And then I spoke to the thing and I said, I cast the end out of darkness, and it went down through the pentagram, and it was never seen again. It was gone. Poof. All right. One demon down. All right. Now, here's the funny thing about it. Usually when you get into a situation like this, fear grips you. But I didn't have no fear at all. None. No fear. I was angry. I wasn't afraid. I was pissed off. I was angry at the damn thing. You know, it's like, how dare you invade my airspace type deal, right? And it was amazing to everybody else because everybody else was scared fucking shitless, you know. And here I am, it's like, you know, fuck you, get out of my house, right? You know, and that's the way that's the way it was, you know, that's just the way it was. And even my friends, like, you know, why weren't you afraid, man? I was scared. He said, I don't know, you know, I don't know. I got pissed off and I demanded the son of a bitch get out of my house and be cast into outer darkness. And it went down through the pentagram and it was gone. No bullshit.